coming. And this one, you guys, I'm so excited. I will tell you why once he's out here because I don't want to blow it.
Okay.
It's a friend of yours.
Yes.
So wait, why don't you say the name so I don't spill the beans. Okay. Who is our next guest?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Michael Leon Wooley!
Yay! Michael Leon Wooley! Yay! Welcome! Oh,
Hi, guys.
Michael Leon Wooley! Okay, so have you been watching the show?
Yes, I have.
So I said that I was, because you don't have to. You could be like, I will be in my car smoking cigarettes
I
until
was
someone
watching.
tells me
I
it's
saw the
nighttime.
dancing.
Okay,
Yes.
good. So you saw all the good stuff.
Yes.
So I do stalk my guests a little bit.
Cool.
And
I can always use another stalker.
I'm sure
Stalkers make you famous.
Correct.
Yes.
A little spooky, but see, this was good stuff because I know that you are the voice of Louis from The Princess and the Frog. And that, look at him.
Oh my gosh, that's the quite a
Look
picture.
at you! Look at you! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Now, we do have a scene. I think I want to lead with the scene.
Okay.
Okay, because it's great. Connie, I want show.
How about a little less picking and
I know that tune, Dipper Mouth Blues.
Play it, brother. Oh, yeah.
Where you been all my life?
Did you learn to play like that?
Why, the Bayou's the best jazz school in the world. All the greats play the riverboats. Oh, Louis, give anything to be up there jamming with the big boys.
Why don't you?
Oh, I tried once. It didn't end well.
I love everything about it.
They shot at you. They were serious.
So I'm a huge fan of Disney films, but I had not seen The Princess and the Frog until 2 days ago.
All right.
And I loved it, and I mean, I know it was a couple years
No,
ago.
it's great. I'm really proud of that movie. I love that movie. It's fantastic. I see it every now and then.
So when people who are big fans introduce, do they tend to do what I just did, which is kind of grab you violently by the arm and go, "It's Louis the Alligator"?
Only like Disney fans at Disney functions, you know. I'm just no one in the real world, to tell you the truth. But if there's a Disney function with Disney fans, I have to have security sometimes.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
I believe it. Now, do
Yes.
people know your voice and not quite know from where? Do you have to sometimes say, yes, you're...
Sometimes. There was a couple times when I've been in the theme park and some kids have recognized my voice. And like one point time, a dad comes up and he goes, "Excuse me, my son says you're Louis the Alligator." And I was like, "Yes, you don't have to hit him. He's right. I am." Yes. But that's really cool, yeah.
I love it. I did, when I was in Minneapolis, I did voice of Best Buy. But it was only for in-store. So the employees of Best Buy would have listened to like 7 to 10 hours of me in their ear, because that's how they do training. So they would be like, "It's time for your training." They get this electronic device, and it's me in there being like, "Look up. Now that is a Kodak 365. The key features are blah, 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 blah." And then, right? And then they walk, but so what it meant was, though, if I go to Best Buy, which happens on occasion, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm looking for," and I'd see them, they kind of, you know? And they're good, and they listen, but like their eyes start to water. And their heads kind of go, and I would have to be like, "It's okay." You know?
Well, there was once I was at a diner in Jersey, and the movie had just recently come out, and I was there having dinner with a friend, and these two guys come up, this couple, and they're like, "Excuse me, are you Louis the Alligator?" And I was like, "Yes." And they said, "We heard you laughing, and we could tell you were Louis." And they were like, it was so cute. One guy, he's like talking on, and he turns to my friend and he's like, "I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm sure this happens all the time." And my friend's like, "Yeah, really." And but it was so cute. After they were leaving, they were walking away, and one guy who was very quiet the whole time turns and says, "You know, it was a really hard holiday season for us, and your movie helped us get through it." I was like, thank you. Oh, I would have picked up their tab for dinner, but, I'm frugal. Yeah.
But I think I've done enough for these people.
Yes,
They already
I've
told
changed
me.
their lives.
And I was like, you're welcome.
They should have picked up my tab.
Pass the
now that
hat.
I think about it.
Now, Kevin and I have talked in shows about being in show business ourselves and how there are some jobs you're like, yeah, whatever. And then there's some jobs where you're like, please, 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 please. And you hinge a lot on it. And I can only imagine that when you know that you're being considered to play a huge role in a Disney animated film, that you just kind of, I don't know, you barf a lot, you don't, you stop going out, you do not get in a small engine plane.
Well, and also, you don't look at the internet for things and just go investigating. First place, it was a year and a half before I finally got the offer from when they first contacted me.
It's exhausting.
Oh,
how do you even hold on to hope for a year and a half?
It was rough, and I got an email from the casting person at Disney asking me to sing a song and say some lines they had sent me, and I recorded in my living room with a friend holding a camera and sent it off, and that was in November. Then I didn't hear anything, and then March following, they asked to see me in New York. I was living in New York at the time. And The Prince and the Frog, they've gone back to, Disney wanted to go back to where they had the actors who were doing the roles actually singing the parts. Because there was a period where they had celebrities doing the parts and they'd hire some unknown person to sing. So I went and auditioned in March, then I didn't hear anything, and all summer long. And actually online, doing some investigating, it said that John Goodman had gotten my role. I was devastated. And then in September, he is in the movie, but he got a different role. And in September, I got a call that they wanted to fly me out to Los Angeles to test me, and which was very cool and terrifying. And then I went and did that. It was great. And then went back to New York and didn't hear anything. And then in March, they decided to fly me back to test me again. And yes, I had no fingernails left by that point. But the funny thing is, Louis has a song in the movie written by Randy Newman. And so during that second test, I was at the studio doing lines one day, and then they wanted to do a demo of the song. And it turned out Randy Newman was there. So I did this the day at the studio, and then during the session, we finished the song, and I'm leaving, and Randy's leaving, and I say, hey, Randy, it's nice working with you. And he says, yeah, man, nice working with you. I'm glad you're playing the Gator. And that was like the first I'd heard. And I was like, yeah, man, it's cool, it's cool. And I got in the back of my car, and I was like, yeah! And still, then, I still didn't hear anything for 2 more months after that. Yeah, and then I happened to be walking. I was in New York City in Times Square at the time, on 44th Street, and I got the call from my agent telling me I was Louis the Alligator. And the funny thing is, an actor friend of mine was walking towards me, and I'm like, I'm Louis the Alligator! He thought I was crazy. He didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But yeah, but it was a long process, and wow, don't want to go through that again.
Oh my goodness. And how do you, I mean, it sounds like you managed to stay cool until you got to your car.
I did.
But were you tempted, to just punch Randy Newman in the mouth and be like, I'm sorry,
I wanted to hug
didn't
and
know.
kiss him. But I kept my cool. It was, but in the back, that car ride back to the hotel was, I think I was just rambling to the driver. Like, I think it's Randy Newman, and he said,
And an alligator plays the trumpet.
Yes,
Like,
all of that.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I love this movie too because one of the things, the setting is so cool. The New Orleans, the bayou. My husband and I over there, not paddled, there was an engine. We drove a boat from St. Paul, Minnesota, all the way down that beautiful Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico.
Wow, how
It
long
took
did it take?
33 days.
Okay.
1,800 miles. We almost died every day, and in fact, there were gators everywhere. And I don't recall trumpets. I would have recalled, I think, if they had tried to play the trumpet with us, and they would have been welcome.
Well, can I tell you this? You remember that kid who got eaten by the alligator in Disneyland? I know, right? A downer.
I know.
But listen
Oh,
to this.
God, I didn't even think that's you. You ate that kid.
I know. They took, Louis walks around the theme park. They took Louis out of the park. Yeah, and
Louis
I
ate
was
a kid.
devastated. It was devastating to me.
Of course. I mean,
He's back in the park now, but for like 2 weeks they took him out. I was like, really, Disney? Really?
they had to put a muzzle on him
Yeah.
and be like,
They
"All right."
covered up the alligator in Peter Pan with the clock, and they covered him up. 'Cause-
Oh my, it's like he became Voldemort.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like, oh my goodness. That's a bummer. It didn't even occur to me
Sure
that
is.
Louis got blacklisted for a while.
I was like, Green Lives Matter, y'all. Green Lives Matter. I mean, come on.
You know what? That would have been a great sketch. If I know Disney would have killed us all, but if we could have done like a sketch of Louis being like to real alligators, being like, "Get your shit together.
Right, get
You
it
cannot
together,
eat
guys."
children, or I'm out of a job."
No sequel.
No sequel. That's right. Be like a frog and a pair of boots, and the next thing is. That's it. Now, here's what else I have about you, because the good news is that typically doing a Disney film is not the end of the road. That kind of leads to stuff. And I understand that you're I may have the shot, voice of Fox?
Voice of one of the Fox networks, FXM, the Fox's movie channel. So if you turn on FXM, you'll hear me all the time going, next on FXM.
Ooh.
Tuesdays at 8, 5 Pacific. Yeah, that's kind of,
That's so cool.
that's my
Is
job
there-
that keeps me in Roman noodles and peanut butter. Yes.
So now when we're watching that channel, like walking by the TV, we can be like, "Hey, Michael."
Yes, you can. Oh, my parents have it on all the time. It's like, what are you watching? Sophie's Choice. Why? Because it's on FXM. You know.
Because Michael said it was coming up next,
Yes.
and we daren't display it when it was supposed to. Now, here's one more thing, and I need you are the most qualified person to clear this up, because it was kind of a crazy vortex of meetings. Did you see the big banner that we had out there for the Turkey Dash?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
But for
so-
Hope of the Valley's Turkey Dash
Thank
on
you.
Thanksgiving?
Yes. Now
Or
you
who's
guys,
going?
listen to me. We're going to talk more about this. There's a charity organization
Yes.
called Hope in the Valley.
Hope of the Valley.
Hope of the Valley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got it. Those are important. Them little two little. And they raise money for some homelessness,
Yes,
ending
yes.
homelessness in not just Los Angeles in general, but the Valley kind of
Yes.
specifically. And they are doing a 5K to raise money on the day of Thanksgiving.
I think it is, yes, the
Here's
morning.
what's crazy, and I keep going, and like upward inflection, like she's not doing a very good job. Here's why, guys, because Steve, the
Yes.
manager of this RV park, who won't stand up, but maybe he'll go like this.
There, I see
Hi,
you.
Steve, manager of the RV park. He is amazing. The whole reason this show happens, everyone who meets him falls instantly in love and then goes, he'll never have me. But it's still good just to fall in love. Better to have loved and, you know.
That's right.
Anyway, he's involved with this charity. Did you know he's involved with that? No. Y'all
No.
involved
Hope of the Valley.
with each other. So for those of you who are in LA on the day of Thanksgiving, let's go to CBS and do a
CBS
5
Radford, yes, the
Now,
morning of.
And I understand it's a 5K run walk.
Yes, run, walk, glide,
Right.
crawl.
Crawl.
Yes.
And really 5K, who
Yeah.
knows? Anybody, you can't do the measure. It's like 2.5 miles.
You
Nobody
get
knows
to work
exactly how far
off
it
what
is,
you're about to eat. So
which is
then-
smart.
Yeah.
But then your part is the week after.
Mine is the week after, yes. I'm doing an event for Hope of the Valley. Hope of the Valley is an extraordinary mission that does work for the homeless, not only in the Valley, but all over Los Angeles, as she was saying. And homelessness was declared a state of emergency in Los Angeles by the mayor. And so whatever it takes to be done to solve this problem, a lot of us are trying to do what we can do. So on December 1st and 2nd, a lot of me and my friends from Broadway, including Mr. Kevin Yee
I've
here,
heard of him.
are going
Heard
to
of
be
him.
performing at the El Portal Theater. It's called the Big Fat Christmas Show, and it's a holiday show. So if you're around in the neighborhood, come by. Yes, maybe we'll have to
I
get you
love
on
it.
stage as well.
I'll do it. I'll do
Yes.
anything. I mean, seriously, ask anybody. I will do anything. This is awesome. Michael, it has been so much fun
I
to
agree.
have you on stage. Thank you so much
Yes,
for being
I
here.
had a ball.
Do you want a magnet or a button?
My gosh, choices.
I know.
Sophie's
Wait,
Choice
I'll
all
let-
over again.
I'll let you look. The buttons are little.
Uh-huh.
It says, yes, I'm trailer trash jealous. It's the same thing the magnet says.
I'd like them both, please. Can I?
Greedy.
Yes.
Yeah! Michael, Leon
Thank you, guys.
Wooley, thank you so much. Woo!